Good evening, fantasy owners, and welcome to the first episode of the Week 1 Fantasy Recap. I'm your host, Robbie Wright. Alongside me is my roommate, once again, Kyle Naden.
Oh, what's up, MTV Cribs? Oh, sorry, they're supposed to be coming next week.
Yes. He is playing some casual game of NHL 16. We are sponsored today by EA Sports. It's in the game. Nader with his first snipe. Was that Gino?
Yes, sir.
Nice. We got a good show for you guys today. We got the top point getter here, George McCoy, who'll be joining us here via phone interview here in a little bit. With a fresh Prince of Bel Air song going here. We're gonna stop it because for those of you who have not heard and aren't on Facebook, I've recently relocated to Philadelphia. Yeah.
Moment of silence.
Moment of silence to that. But the new place is pretty nice here. We got it all decked out. It's all Pittsburgh themed here. Got Sid, my Dizzy Duck retired jersey hangs up. So it's going well. We're making moves here, and things are going well here. I'm gonna pull up the scores here. Give you guys. I'm trying to keep it brief. From what I've seen in other podcasts with the kids I play with in another league, the podcasts always seems to get longer and longer every time, but I'll try and make do with it. I'm going to cut right to the chase here with the Week 1 scores. First game we're going to look at is... I'll hold off mine because it was a barn burner till the end. This is how it ended. I got fucked, yeah. We're going to start off with Team Fetch versus formerly of the Steelers. Got to give it to Carmen here. He literally drafted every single Steeler between 2011 and 2015. Read some names here. Roethlisberger, D'Angelo Williams, Manuel Sanders. He has Mike Wallace on the bench, Bell on the bench, Blunt on the bench. So it's definitely a Yinzer team there for sure. But
pretty high bench.
Yes, very high indeed. But congrats to Trevor on getting his first win of the week. Some of the guys that went off for him, too, is Landry, who fucked me hard in a bet I had going on. So, fuck him. And fuck you, too, Trevor, for having him. Drew Brees with a nice 16.5 performance. That's standard Brees. But the big winner, probably the best bang for your buck pick this week, was Travis Kelce, bringing in 28.6 points there. So, nice move there by Trevor, picking up Kelce there. Move on to the next matchup here with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, who is Casey Gibbons, against Team OBJYN. I'm guessing it's some reference to Odell Beckham Jr., who did not have the greatest of games. But Gibbons with the win here at 133.3 against my former roommate Mike Madden at 96.1. Some of the big point getters for Casey was Antonio Brown, who's Mr. Clutch, which kind of scary because he was literally the only threat that the Steelers had, and he still put up some big numbers. So the best is probably yet to come with him, as well as Eifert, who really went off with 31.4. That's a nice move there by Casey, drafting him there. So very, very solid effort there on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and so he will improve to 1-0. Congrats on the first W. Leave me alone, Amanda. Congrats on the first W, and Mike will go to 0-1. Move on to the next matchup of the week. It was Team Vito versus Team Matta. Real original on the team names, guys. Matter getting the W over my girlfriend's brothers, which, yeah. By a score of 116.7 to 101.7. That's like a freaking radio station. Some of the big producers for Matter was Tom Brady. When you're going against the Steelers defense, I mean, I would start any quarterback in the league who's on waiver wire for that week. Marshawn Lynch, Mr. Consistent, getting his PPR points there. Jeremy Hill, Sammy Watkins, was he hurt?
I don't know.
Well, he was pretty irrelevant if that's the case. He got him a whole 0 points, so pretty solid there. And Matter got -1 point from Adam Vinatieri. Are you snapping?
Look at this.
The fuck's that? See, I'm not really good at Snapchatting. So, we're back on track here. The Vito boys got a solid effort from DeMarco Murray. A little homer pick there. As well as Jimmy Graham had a not a bad performance there. 6 reception, 51 yards, and a touchdown. It's a pretty standard Jimmy Graham performance there. Baltimore defense had a solid week for them, as well as the Jets defense. They both got 14 points, so helped counteract each other there. But Matt Bryant actually had 17 points for them as well, so he gave them a little bit of hope there at the end, but it just wasn't enough to get past big old lanky Matter. So he's probably working right now. So he literally works like 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. shifts.
Fix my roads.
Yeah, he's fixing our roads out there in Pittsburgh. He's pretty much a hero, so be sure to thank him today after this podcast for all the hard work he's put in this summer. And I'm sure he'll be hitting you up to try and get drunk with you while he's collecting unemployment, and you have work at 6 a.m. the next morning. So congrats to Ben on the first win. And the Vito boys, getting ready to go to...
Take a lap.
Yeah, take a lap and get ready to go to dinner with your sister. So it's going to be very romantic, and I'm looking very forward to it. On to the next matchup here, this was a heavyweight matchup indeed, which was George, who we will be getting on the show here shortly, against Jordan, who's been pretty irrelevant the last 2 years, and he actually had a really good first game. So this could be granted he lost, but he was if I'm not mistaken, I think he had the second most points or third most points. So those are the worst kind of losses. So. But a little recap on their little performance here. This ever loads. Please don't do this to me, iPhone.
In other news, I went 0-3 this week.
Yeah, poor Kyle here. He struggled a little bit.
Dropped a solid 71-point high.
The fantasy gods were not in his favor at all. I don't know what's going on. Okay, well, finally got this app going here. Come on, ESPN.
Oh, good.
Okay, for some reason it does not let me put up. Come on. Fuck it. Yet it's letting me do the Rushka Brendel matchup, which I guess we'll analyze now. Two newbies to the league. Jared Rushka, I know he was going for the top point getter of the week. 144.2. It's a very solid performance here. He got some big numbers from the always consistent Matt Forte, 27.6. Hopkins also put up 32.8. I know he was pissing me off too this past week because I played him in 2 other leagues, so he did me pretty dirty.
PPR must be nice.
Yeah, this PPR shit, it really adds up after a while. And I know AJ Green, he got him 11.3, and he didn't even have that crazy of a performance, so... you look at his just looking at the draft, I actually thought he had the best draft, Mr. Rushka. So it showed in his week 1 performance. Max Brendel, the rink rat, who we unfortunately, I don't know if you ever heard the story. He got his wrist broken by one kid on our team, and then he passed out because his dumbass coach grabbed him by the arm. So we had a 45-minute delay. And he was out for a while, and then he's actually good friends with a few kids in this league. So he is new to the league here. And Mr. Luck got him 17.7. He pissed me off from my other team. Jamal Charles, 21.3. He's a very steady person to have here, and especially in this PPR shit. Seahawks defense. I know he's a big Seahawks fan. Got him 18. I know they had a big week. If I'm not mistaken, I think were they the best? Were they the best D this week?
They were up there.
Were they up there? All right. So congrats to Rutch on his first W, as he'll improve to 1-0 on the young season. We'll move on to the matchup I was trying to get to between Jordan and George. Jordan got some nice points out of Randall, who I think I felt like he was at times bullying the Giants. He had a really good game at only 13.7. I thought he actually did better than that, so I'll scratch it there. T.Y. Hilton, is he hurt?
He went out, yeah.
Yeah, he put up 15.8, but big Keenan Allen, 31.6. Where the fuck did he come from? Wow. So yeah, Jordan, he got some... Every single guy except his kicker was over 10 points, and when you get that, you're going to have a big day. It's just like George did, who put up 149.4 and was the top point getter here of the week, becoming $25 richer. So congrats to George. He'll be tuning in here in a few minutes. I'm going to finish up I believe I hit every single matchup. My matchup. Congrats to Jared Cunning for beating me by .3 points. Yeah. Yeah. I kept checking my phone between every time I woke up to pee to see if there's like a stat correction last night, and go figure there wasn't. I got a text from Rutch. Actually, wasn't paying attention. I got chill last night, so I was more focused on that. And he said, "Are you what?" He's like, "Are you gonna?" He said something like, "You got to check out your score right now." Thinking like I was actually paying attention, which I actually wasn't. And Carlos Hyde would have got me 4 more yards, so it would have been another story. So, congrats to Jared on the first win. Peyton Manning got a whole 4.9 for him. That is not Peyton Manning like there. Maybe this could feel like he's gonna bounce back here next week. So get ready, whoever's playing Jared next week. But Julio Jones, man, was he fun to watch on Monday Night Football, putting up 35.1 points.
For Eagles fans.
Not for Eagles fans out here, though. Which kind of, side note, guys, whenever the Eagles win out here in Philadelphia, we get free Dunkin'. So that was the one thing we had to root for. And, yeah, not drinking no free coffee today. But my team name, if you guys do not know, Brian Hickey, he's my hero. He used to be just a drinking buddy for me back in the day, and then I saw his 9th grade hockey video where he was like a man playing amongst boys. He was like 5, whatever he is, same height he is now, 200 pounds, just scoring on command. And not only was he scoring on command, he was physically like murdering people, just annihilating them. So he was just a force to be reckoned with in 13 to 14 hockey. So he's pretty much my hero, and he's an easy name choice. But Carlos Hyde was the big winner on my team. I know Jared was trying to trade for him. Like I'm sure he sent all you guys trade offers this past week. So yeah, I'm not trading him. So don't even think about it, Jared. But looking at my roster here, Carolina D actually had a really good game for me with 22 points. So thanks, guys. Where was that other .3 points you guys could have got me, or .4? I mean, I'm not salty. All right, well, time to get George here on the line and talk to our first Week 1 top point getter here. So let's do it. Put this on speakerphone here. Hello, George.
Yes.
Hi, George. It's Robbie Wright here. How you doing?
Oh, man.
Not much, man. I just want to congratulate you on your big performance here. I don't know if you want to elaborate on just some of the key components of your success early on this early season.
Yeah, well, I mean, it feels good to be back on top of this league. That's where I belong. Just like, 2 years ago when I won, we just sort of started the run, and I'm going to try to complete that dynasty this year and probably next year, too. But, yeah, it was a good league.
I'd say so too. George is one of the heavy hitters in this league. He's a past champion. I know I've had some pretty epic playoff games with him in the past. George, who would you say is your rival in this league?
Well, I think my natural rival in a lot of things is JC, which I usually beat him in. So I don't know how much of a rival that is. But
Sounds more like bullying to me.
I won it all last year.
I feel like the natural rival this season would have to be Jared, because I mean the little bugger, he finally got the W last year, and it only took him 60-some trades. So I know he's a big rival. He's also a big heavy hitter too in this league. What about Mike? What do you think about his team and his chances this year?
I like his team. I was watching who he was drafted while we were going along, and thought he started out well. I can't remember who the hell he has, but
I know he got Odell Beckham Jr. early on.
yeah, because there he is. I got our league up here so I could look at him. But yeah, you got Julian Edelman, ODB, Frank Gore. You got a couple guys that got picked up James Jones, which is smart.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So, What are you planning on doing tonight as the top point getter of the weekend? What are you planning on doing with that $25? More importantly.
Well, actually, I just got back from the firing range with the gun that I bought from my winnings 2 years ago. But $25 I plan on setting aside for next year's fantasy football.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. So, on a side note, what's it like just knowing in the back of your head that you get to have sex with Billy's sister for the rest of your life? And that's a big fan question I keep getting.
Well, as everybody knows, I pointed it out to him at Memorial Day picnic. And, she's looking at me right now.
Hi, Maria.
It works out.
It works out. That's a good way to put it, George. Well, George, thank you for tuning on the show. Congrats on a big performance, and I'm coming for you pretty shortly. So best of luck rest of the way. Hope to have you on again.
Oh, man, you too.
Take care.
Thank you.
That's George McCoy, everyone. He's a very modest guy. Yeah. So that's going to conclude the Week 1 recap here. I'm going to try and I would like to do it more when I have a co-host here. I mean, Kyle, obviously he's not in the league, but I mean, he's
Neutral party.
he's a neutral party, so it makes things fun here. But I wasn't really expecting to move to Philadelphia whenever I came up with the podcast idea last month. It was a very sudden thing. So yeah, I would like to do it maybe. I'll probably be home once a month, so hopefully I'll incorporate a podcast with a nice booze pregame session right before the night out in the town of Pittsburgh. So looking forward to it here. As you guys see, I'm looking very nice right now, so I'm getting ready to go have a nice romantic dinner. Any comments you guys have about any ideas with the podcast or league? I'm all ears, and best of luck in Week 2, guys. Take care.